Hey guys, this is TTG Sammy, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to maximize your profits within the financial market, that is Forex. What we're going to be going over is the market open and close. We're going to be going over spreads, how to count pips, twin trading, re-entry trading, and the next step after this. So, every Friday, the market closes at 5 p.m. EST. And every Sunday, the market opens back up again at 5 p.m. EST. Simple as that, right? So from Monday through Thursday, the market closes at 5 p.m. and opens back up at 6 p.m. But this means different things for different pairs. For a commodity like XAU USD, which is gold, what happens is gold actually closes. It closes completely. So whether you are in the trade or out of a trade, the trade is not going to move. So essentially your money is safe, but if you hold it over the weekend, what can happen is the market will jump over the weekend, either very positive or very negative, and it's very hard to predict where it's gonna be. So you wanna stay out of trades on the weekends, especially commodities and currency pairs like XAU USD and GBP AUD. So every day from 5 to 6, gold is actually closed. However, GBP AUD doesn't close because it's a normal currency pair. It's not a commodity. What it does is the spreads open. And that leads us into our number 2, the spreads. So spreads are basically your ask and your bid price. What that means is that when you go into a trade, you're not going to get in exactly where you want to get in. The broker is going to widen the place between what you're asking for and what they'll actually give you. So every trade you enter, you will start in the negatives. Every single time. It doesn't matter what happens, you will always start negative, whether it's a buy or a sell, because of the spreads. So what brokers like to do is between the times of 5 and 6, they like to open spreads really wide. So what happens is it makes you either, if you are close to your stop loss, it's easy for you to actually hit stop loss because the spread is open wider, which means the price is open wider, which means that if you are in a trade from 5 to 6 and you have a stop loss that is close to where the price is, it can easily knock you out. So you'll sometimes hear us encourage you to take off your stop losses at 5 o'clock and put them back on at 6, because if you are on from 5 to 6 and it hits stop loss, that could have been a winning trade that you're just losing money out of just because you didn't know that spreads would open from 5 to 6. Another thing is news. When brokers, or when a big news event happens like interest rate or PMI, what happens is brokers can open spreads for huge amounts to knock people out of their trades and to make money in that way before closing the spreads back to their normal amount. So let's move on to counting pips. I'm going to talk about pairs with 4 to 5 decimals, pairs with 3 decimals, 2 decimals, and that's it. So a pair with 5 decimals I have here is GBP AUD. And let's say the number is 1.7905. The last number, that 5th decimal, does not matter. It does not matter in 4 to 5 decimals. It does not matter. So this number right here represents the 1 pip place. So if this moves from 5 to 6, guess what? You've gained 1 pip on that trade. If this right here moves from 0 to 1, you've gained 10 pips on that trade. If this moves from 0 to 1 and this moves from 5 to 6, guess what? You went up 11 pips. If this moves 1 place by itself, and let's say these didn't move, this moves up, and now this becomes 8 and 0, you've moved up not 10 pips, but 100 pips. If this moves up from 7, let's say it's 7905 to 8905, you've moved up 1,000 pips, and it goes that way in the buy or the sell. So if it moves down, you've lost 1 pip, moves down, you've lost 10 pips, move down, you've lost 100, move down, you've lost 1,000. So that's the 4 to 5 decimal place. On pairs with 3 decimal places, what happens is the third decimal place actually doesn't matter. So this, the second decimal, is 1 pip. So if that moves up to 4, guess what? You've gone up 1 pip. If this 9 moves down to 8, you're down, or what? This pair is down 10 pips. Let's say if you were in a buy and it moved down 10 pips, then you're negative 10 pips. However, if you're in a sell and it moves down 10 pips, then you are positive 10 pips. Same thing with 2 decimals, XAU USD, which is gold. The 1 pip place is actually right here. So this number, guess what? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. If this moves to 2, you've gained 1 pip. If this moves to 6, you've gained 10 pips. If this moves to 2, you've gained 100 pips, and so on and so forth. So that's how you actually count your pips with each 4 to 5, 3, and 2 decimal place currency pairs.